Cost of mobile app development. So here I'm going to talk about an app costing. When you think of developing an app, the first question would be, how much does it cost to develop an app? And why not? It is important to know the cost of app development for estimating an adequate budget and planning to spend. Mobile app development costs may vary from $20,000 to $250,000 depending upon the business functionality, tech stack, and various other factors. How much does an app developer charge? If you think that mobile app development costs equal the number of hours one developer spends on coding, then you are absolutely wrong. Apart from code, the app development process requires business analysts and project managers to create the project backlog with tasks. Solution architect designs the overall architecture of the project along with the front end, back end, the complete integration. And then quality assurance managers ensures that the functionality works without error. Then the most important thing is the designers. They work on the project layout, prototype, complete UI UX design and ensure the design is top notch. All of these professionals charge a reasonable price for their work. Moreover, your project might require more than one developer. Therefore, work hours constitutes a big part of your mobile app development cost. Now, what is the cost of developing a mobile app? Now, cost varies based on the scope, size, functionality and complexity of the application. For example, if you want to build an e-commerce application. Now, there are two types of e-commerce application. One is a single vendor e-commerce application. Another could be a multi-vendor e-commerce application. Now, in single vendor e-commerce application, you could have a consumer application and possibly a web admin panel to manage all the products. Now, consumer application can be further done for iPhone, Android. It can either you can use React Native or other hybrid technologies, or you can use a native application. Now, based on this, further the cost can vary. Now, similarly, if it is a multi-vendor e-commerce application, then you will have a consumer application, then you will have a possibly seller application, then you will have a possibly delivery boy application also, then you will have a web admin application also. Now, all of these applications, if you have to do it in native, the cost will be different. If you have to do it in hybrid, then the cost will be different. And typically, if I talk about single vendor e-commerce application, the typical timeline that would require would be somewhere around 12 to 16 weeks. Whereas if you go about multi-vendor application, then the cost and timeline could completely differ based on the technology stacks and the number of applications that you have to build. So I hope this gives you a clarity about how application pricing is done. There are some additional and recurring costs that you must be aware of. Number one, it could be related to app development tools, libraries and licenses that you get. Then the most important recurring cost is always the cloud infrastructure where your applications are hosted, and your possibly app store recurring cost, yearly cost. And then if you're using some third-party APIs like Maps or some AI APIs or SMS, so based on the usage, there could be recurring cost for all these APIs as well. One of the key questions that a lot of people have is that with limited budget, how to manage app development. If your budget is limited for the first app version, you must consider these options. Number one, agree on specific features and drop any functionalities that are not important or irrelevant. Then choose hybrid tech stack if it is possible. Go for a simpler UI UX rather than going for a very complex one. Avoid deep integration and very complex functionalities. Hope these options will help you to manage your app development cost. What would be the cost of maintaining an app? Allocate approximately 20% of the initial app development cost on maintenance each year. Now, this maintenance may include following things. Number one is you may get some bugs that you need to fix, make the app more stable, improve the performance, improve the code, or maybe new OS versions have come. So make sure that your application is compatible with that. Then supporting some of the latest version of the third-party APIs that you have integrated. So all these are some very important factors that you must consider. So I hope this gives you a rough picture on how you're supposed to think of cost of mobile app development. In the description, I'll link a spreadsheet where you can find all these figures. Do check it out and let us know if you have any questions, clarifications. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.